Huge global W for the Part 2 LRs. But how does that affect your summons? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here, and we're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are talking about the Part 2 LR banners and sort of how to strategize and prioritize your stones to make sure you acquire at least one of these new units, as well as give my overall recommendation for summoning on these banners. So let's first start by getting the elephant out of the room. Global Dokkan, thanks to the data download and the banner assets here hosted by Proton10mg on Twitter, we know that Global is getting the Teq Goku and Gohan on their Carnival exclusive banner. This is huge. They are one of the best yellow coin LRs in the game, and in my opinion, top 5, right? So, huge global W. But does that mean you should summon on this banner, knowing that? Because we know the cooler's good, we know these guys are good. Janemba is starting to show off really well on Cooler's movie boss team. So, what does that mean? Well, for now, before we talk about summoning on this banner, because we have to talk about the Dokkan Fest banner, because things always, in my recommendation, focus on Dokkan Fest banners first. This Carnival exclusive, while the LRs are crazy, are always considered luxury banners, so focus on the Dokkan Fest banners first. But should you summon on those banners, and if you do, how do we strategize? Well, the first thing we need to do is look at the previous banners and know what's on the banners. So we already know that this banner is going to have pretty much a full AGL roster. I just realized this. We've got the AGL Goku and Vegeta, AGL Cell, AGL UI, AGL Full Power Frieza. Now, as far as what else is going to be on the banner, well, this is easy to figure out. We just look at the cooler banner. We know that the previous Worldwide is on here, we know that the previous 7th Anniversary is on here, and we know the Golden Week units are on here. So, knowing that, we can figure out what the other units are going to be. We know that the Bootanks will be replaced with STR Goku and Vegeta that transform into Vegito. We know that Fizz Goku will be replaced with STR Kid Buu. We know that STR Namek Goku, the EZA in Part 1, will be replaced with, not them, okay, this guy right here, the AGL Metal Cooler, who EZA'd in the beginning of Part 2. Now, all that leaves is the two other units, the AGL Gohan and the STR Cooler. I think the STR Cooler is pretty easy to figure out. He always has an opposite, and his opposite is usually this guy right here, the Teq Ultimate Gohan. I have a feeling he will be the opposite. If not him, it may be another Wicked Bloodline unit in the form of Angel Golden Frieza, the Fizz one. Be the only other option I think would really fit the theme. So, that's for that. When we talk about the other unit here, the AGL Gohan, well, there's two options because there's two themes I think it could be. The main theme, based on the cooler banner, was that AGL Gohan here is because there's a lot of Gokus on this banner, right? And he's an excellent support on the Goku's family team, even though he doesn't necessarily support specifically Goku's family, right? So, I imagine that's the reason he's here. So, if that's the case, because he supports, or at least works well with the Goku who leads Goku's family, I do think his opposite, someone who will work well with the AGL Cell, is actually going to be, where are they? These guys here, the Teq Androids. If it's not AGL Gohan, his opposite, I think, will be these guys on the banner. That's sort of the theme, I think, going. It is related to the Golden Week unit, and these would be the best option. Otherwise, it's AGL 13, which I don't think they're going to throw another AGL unit on there, but I could be wrong, right? But if it's not them, then the only other option I could think of is maybe he's here because Bond of Master and Disciple, we got Dragon Ball Super Superhero out, a good opposite to him, and who also released around the same time as him last year, or not last year, 3 years ago almost, would be the Piccolo here. Since he's Bond of Master and Disciple, they do work well together. His opposite could be the Piccolo here. That's sort of the only other real option I see. Now, I could be wrong on those predictions, so, let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm off here, if you think I'm on base, let me know. But what does that mean for your overall summons? The banners, this Dokkan Fest banner itself is gonna be pretty stacked, just as stacked as the cooler banner was. So, my 100% recommendation on whether or not you should summon on this banner is a yes. We're getting 1,300 summons or so in this celebration. We've got a bunch of them already, more are coming. You absolutely should go for these units. If Cooler showed us anything in game, it's that these units are bonkers. They are good, and power creep is real this year, and you are going to want units like the Goku and Vegeta here to help out your teams in this new 200%, this new powerful meta. So I would give my recommendation to summon on this banner. Normally I say it's up to you, but I cannot stress enough how needed some of these newer units are. Now, with that, here's a caveat. If you've got most of the other units on this banner rainbowed, it may not be such a good idea, right? Maybe do a couple summons, get what you want, and then move on to the Carnival exclusive banner. So just keep that in mind. Now, as far as strategy goes, my strategy for summoning strategy is to pick one of the LRs you're after, whether it is the AGL Goku and Vegeta, or if you have decided that this is your banner, the Fizz Metal Cooler. Once you've picked one, pick that banner and stick with that banner, right? And stick with that banner until you pull the unit. Don't go back and forth. I cannot stress this enough. I said this in my 7th anniversary summon strategy. Pick a unit and stick with that unit till you get that unit, because you can always pick up the other one later with coins. Or we still haven't figured out how the general pool works with the unfeatured pool works with these LRs, but I assume they can be pulled unfeatured or with more coins. So I do recommend picking one and going with it until then, until the other one comes back. Unless you get lucky. If you get lucky and get them early, then go ahead, hop over to the other banner. But that is my recommendation, because you're going to end up saving yourself stones in the long run, saving your sanity a little bit too. Because it always seems like when you go back and forth a lot, for me, the luck feels like it goes away if I jump around too much. But that's just, personal preference. So anyways, that is my summon strategy for the two banners. Pick one, go with it until you get the unit that you want, no matter whether it's this guy or these guys. I would definitely prioritize the Dokkan Fest first before these, because these are still sort of luxury banners. While some of the units are extremely powerful, they're still yellow coin LRs, and they're still pretty... This whole carnival system is pretty new. We don't know how it's going to work yet, so the safe option is the Dokkan Fest banner. So, anyways, guys, that's my recommendation. That's my summon strategy. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, which banner are you going after first? Are you following my recommendation and taking on the Dokkan Fest banner first to pick up the Goku and Vegeta? Or is that banner not so appetizing to you and you're going after Metal Cooler and some of these LRs? I would love to hear what people are going after and whether or not you thought my recommendation was a good recommendation or not. I would love to hear your thoughts. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.